Hello, this is GenXPCGamerGuy. One of the PC games that I've tried out in the last several months is called The Planet Crafter. The main reason that I've done so is because it seems like a variation of another early access game that I like called Satisfactory. This video will first describe the game while displaying basic information and showing actual gameplay. I will follow up to express notable things about the game, include what I liked and what I didn't like about different aspects of the game. I will then suggest several improvements and include a basic rating of the game. And finally, express any future potential replay value. So let us get started. The Planet Crafter is a survival game where you are a prisoner, apparently, which is forcibly stranded on a barren planet. Your best chance of survival and chance to escape is to make it habitable for humans. Your captors give you goals to help you focus on what processes of creating an atmosphere, generating moisture, plant life, including trees, insects, and eventually animal life. They highly suggest that if you don't improve the planet, you will die. Of course, the style of the game is another one where you are basically dumped on an unexplored planet, given a limited survival kit, and expected to live through the meteor showers and build structures to accomplish your goals. It is also an early access game, so until the game is more defined, the overall goal is to survive in a hostile environment and check out the cool things to build that will improve your situation. Any role-playing aspects of the game seem very TBD. It would be nice to know why you were put in this situation, which is like many survival games, your situation is conditionally primitive and very dangerous. You will have to manually find and gather materials and create items. Some materials are used for building, and some for suit improvements, which is useful to help you last longer without going hungry, dehydrating, or suffocating. Progress towards higher technology in this game requires progress in how well the planet is being terraformed in different stages. And sometimes find welcome help from blueprints found in various places. Therefore, the important planetary characteristics that need to be focused on are heat, atmospheric pressure, and the amount of oxygen. These characteristics lead to an overall terraformation score. Later stages can lead to biomass scores using things like plants and trees, and insects. There seems to be hints that later stages will include more interesting things like animals. The game is not free to play, and there are no downloadable improvements to the game except the frequent patches that come out. This game interested me because I was a fan of the planetary or space survival type of games. Also, the look of the game reminded me of the game Satisfactory, especially the landing and escape pod type of introduction. Even for an early access game, there are a lot of things to do and many levels of technology to be researched and different machines to be deployed. I like that the research and development trees are well mapped out and make sense. Also, how you advance through the tech trees I found to be well done and balanced in many ways. For example, the more you focus on a specific area of terraforming, the less likely you will be able to until you get other aspects of terraforming raised as well. I also like the crafting requires more advanced crafting stations, such as biology labs and DNA manipulators to be complete. It is also a good way to tell what you need to focus on to get what you might desire. Also, some of the needed items for research and development require deep exploration into unknown areas of the map and through shipwrecks and underground caves. So unless you are really ready to take on dangerous terrain, your advancement will be delayed until you are prepared. Another thing that is well done in the game is that as you progress in terraforming, the terrain changes to match the conditions. Spoiler alert, any base you make early on should be on higher ground, or you will be flooded out. Unfortunately for you, none of the base facilities are watertight and they will stop providing oxygen if they get flooded. Some of the oxygen generation machines, such as plant and tree deployers, can be used to decorate small areas. Another important aspect of the game that I like is the ability to launch satellites. There are many options on what to launch and how it will help you multiple different ways and what you should focus on. As shown here, there are rockets that can allow uranium or iridium asteroids to fall from the sky, multiply biomass generation, increase oxygen generation, and help you map local areas of the map. The game interface makes sense and is very usable. Things like customizable beacons and other improvements to the game interface can be researched for things like compass direction. Any other items and locations will show up on the map once you make the required research progress. Since this game is still early access and therefore not complete, I do not want to focus too much on the negative aspects at this point. Not that there are too many outright negatives, and therefore I think the game on balance has massively more positive things than negative. But here are some of the problems at the moment. First, I am not tuned into an obvious final goal or storyline in mind. Survival and terraforming seem to be it. Next, exploring the map can be problematic because of graphic clipping when on hilltops or within caves. Also, gravity only seems to work on the player. Gravity does not work on building objects. Therefore, like Minecraft, you can leave things hanging in the middle of the air after removing the supports. Or, it seems that you can build horizontally forever without supports. Finally, the game doesn't have a cooperative mode. Maybe that will be a future option. Again, nothing I just mentioned is a major issue and therefore does not distract from enjoying this game in its current state. Overall, even though the game is still early access, I would rate this game between a 7 and 8 on a scale of 10. It is likely that this will go up with future patches and improvements. I very much enjoyed the game as it is so far in my main run. I will replay the game when more major improvements to the game are complete. Eventually, I hope there is a main storyline mission to match all the good play this game provides. Also, a random map generator would be a nice surprise version of this game versus a random starting spot in the one map that you first start out with. This is the end of my video review for the PC game, The Planet Crafter. I am GenXPCGamerGuy, and thanks you for watching my video.